Good morning to all those tuning in. This is the Rebel Lemon, and today we are playing Detective Grimoire. And last we left off, we were on Chapter 3? Probably. So, let's get right into it. Chapter 3, Richard Remington's Real Reasons. Alright, so we're back, and in our previous broadcast, we just figured out that Richard Remington was actually a part of a secret society. Kinda creepy, but hey, it is what it is.
The open window looks over the wooden planks outside. Oh, and on one side, a part of the curtain has been ripped off.
Huh.
The open... Oh.
Interesting. So there might not actually be much here. I think we picked it pretty clean. Or did we?
I don't know what's in that jar, and I wish it wasn't in there. I'm gonna stop looking at it now. Something happened here. There are signs of a struggle between the desk and the window. This is the creepiest office I've ever been in. Ever. This is the creep. Something... There's... This is the creep.
Alright. So... let's go back to the treehouse. Visit the
There's a
woman.
book. How fascinating.
And... I want to present all of the
Let's see.
liquid clues that we have so far.
First and now...
And then... so dandelion and blueberries. That'd be an
Got it!
interesting drink if I'm...
Now Alright. This was the exact same...
present a clue. And so far, this is
Let's
the
see. Then,
I do wish at some
and now, we just have to match the...
I understand why they make you do everything, but it's kind of tedious.
Got it! Now I know what that liquid can... I'll write it down in my notes. What's going on here? That was definitely the same as the other tests. There's something about that green slime.
So something is proof that found in this treehouse, found at the scene of crime. Or covered in the same... Oh, I guess this doesn't really matter.
The fireplace poker is proof that the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime. Maybe I just need to change one thing.
Oh, there we
The
go.
fireplace poker found at the crime scene and the black leggings are covered in the
He's
same
kinda
swamp
picky.
slime. Sally's leggings. They link her with the crime scene. I'll have to ask her about it.
Oh, right. Because technically, we can't prove that she didn't wear them, I guess? Which
You've
is
been here
interesting.
so long, you must have crossed paths with Remington a few times. What did you think of him?
That man was a threat to the swamp. We'll be better off without him. Hopefully the curtain will fall on his little tourist attraction as well.
Better off? With a killer on the loose now?
There have been murderers loose in the swamp before.
What are you talking about?
In my time here, I've seen the swamp invaded by men. By hunters. Several times. They're relentless.
What were they hunting? Wait, what about Boggy? Is that why no one has seen him in 60 years?
They always fell short of their ultimate goal. That just meant they came back again and again, doing more harm each time.
But this area is protected by law, right?
It is now, but some men have no respect for laws, of any kind. They tried to get me to leave my home here. I stood my ground.
Obviously. But this whole area is a tourist attraction now. I doubt Remington would have allowed anyone to march into Boggy's Bog with a gun and start hunting down his main attraction.
I actually starting to wonder if Richard set up this whole swamp deal as a way to cover up the whole hunting of Boggy.
I'm not even sure who that is. You should ask someone else.
I might as well see if she knows anything.
Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I'm not even sure who that is.
I'm not even sure she'd know anyone other than Remington, Boggy, and Lady, like, basically herself.
You should ask someone else. A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she wasn't so keen on visitors, though.
But I actually am wondering if she might know, Folder?
Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree.
No. Okay.
You've been here so long. What?
Oh, fuck. Thank God for the
I
button.
have nothing good to say about that man, so I won't say anything at all.
Interesting. And presenting a clue isn't likely to help me, but...
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
Yeah, okay. Let's use the map. Let's hear about...
I don't know what to say. It's here a lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protests recently, which is a shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance.
Alright, that's interesting. But he's still putting less effort.
I don't know very much about them.
Excuse me? That's yourself. That means you're lying.
You have a lot of suspects on that list.
Yeah, kinda.
I don't
That's
know
how
what
it
to
works.
say. I don't know very much about them. You have a lot of suspects on that list.
Yeah, of course, that's how it works.
You're a prime suspect, am I correct?
Well, technically, but I'm not even sure he's real.
Don't worry about that. Real or not, the creature's the most important part of this mystery.
Which one? The cartoon character or the real creature?
Exactly. He was a friend for many years. If you have any questions about him or his belongings, I may be able to help you.
Oh, I know who I'm gonna ask.
You said you knew
About the
Remington?
picture.
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were. Even though we were friends, he had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies? A secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream, I can tell you that much.
Anyways, why don't you tell me about the hunting photo?
One of Mr. Remington's secrets. I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt. They consider myths and legends to be the ultimate prey.
Wait, actually, maybe I should go back to the lady and ask about, the curtain piece. Because that actually might be the gift. I might be wrong on that, too.
No, thank you.
Oh. Okay.
I recognize some of those men. Unfortunately, they've hunted in the swamp before.
Before it became a protected area?
Before that, yes, and one of them after that.
Huh. That's insightful, actually. But, oh, wait a sec. Would she know about
They're
the flower?
samples of flowers that grow in this area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And one of them only grows around the museum.
Interesting. I guess that's for now. Let's go back to the gift shop. There's someone we need to talk to.
Hey,
I have a theory that the murderer was wearing a costume, a homemade outfit designed to look like the swamp creature.
I've never seen anything so ridiculous. You'd never see me in that.
I know it's not exactly the latest fashion, but...
No, you'd never see me in that. It would cover me up entirely.
That's the point of a disguise?
Look, detective, when you have legs like mine, you don't want to be wearing disguises.
Is that why you always wear those black leggings?
You've only just met me and you're making assumptions about what I always wear.
And making assumptions is the fun part of being a detective.
Well, you're right. I always wear these.
So what can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
I didn't have one. I think I spoke to him twice, ever. He usually seemed really busy, but more like preoccupied.
Preoccupied? Like he was thinking about something else? Something that wasn't this tourist attraction?
Who can say? What do old men think about?
What? Are you implying that I know the answer to that?
I don't think... I don't know. I don't think asking much will help. Maybe... Could we present a clue? Maybe not.
The black leggings you found in your bag this morning. They're covered in the same slime that was on the murder weapon.
Everything in this swamp is covered in slime. What's your angle, Grimoire?
Your black leggings were part of the murder's costume. I have proof you were wearing them during the murder. The exact slime hasn't been found anywhere else.
Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Costume? Is that why someone took them out of my bag last night?
Well, you know, I don't have proof someone else took them.
If I had been wearing them when I committed a crime, do you think I would hand them over to a detective the second he shows up? Besides, look at them. What do you notice?
You're too fat to wear these. They're far too long for you to wear. They're loose and stretched.
They're loose and stretched.
That's right, someone else. Someone larger than me has worn these. They're stretched out, especially at the waist. It's pretty obvious.
So, let's see. Somebody stole them to use in their boggy costume, and then put them back in your bag when they were done?
If you say so. It's not my job to know all the details. It's my job to sell souvenirs. Do you want a souvenir?
Oh, my, yes, but only if you choose one for me.
You look like you could use something to wind up. You can take this one.
That's incredibly creepy if you ask me. Wait, is she hitting on Grimoire? Huh. Interesting.
What?
There still has to be More though.
I really don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I have a pretty good view of him from here. Anyone supporting animal rights is okay in my book. His protests used to have a bit more energy, though. He spends more time inside his tent these days.
What's he doing in there?
I'm happy to say, I don't know.
There might be something I can ask Echo about.
Oh, okay. He is never spoken to, spends more time holding, spends less time holding the protest sign, because he's terrified, plans to eat it, and less time in his tent.
Echo spends less time holding the protest sign and less time in his tent.
Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be more time.
Echo spends less time holding the protest sign and more time in his tent. I wonder if Echo can tell me what he's been doing that's more important than his protest.
Yeah, 'cause that's, what, the third or fourth person that's basically said something about him not doing as many protests.
Is that one of the other suspects? They're more suspicious than me. Let's agree on that. Is that your new friend? Sweet. I really don't know what to tell you. Is that one of the other suspects? More suspicious than me. Let's agree on that.
Alright, let's check my suspects list. You may have realized that it's kind of dead around here. Honestly, I would lower that bar, I guess. Oh, the map. Yeah, let's go to the protest.
What can you tell me about these designs for a costume? A boggy
It's
costume.
Boggy! I must admit, I've been a fan of his before I ever came to the swamp.
A fan? So you're interested in cryptozoology?
Oh, no, I meant, well, Boggy has been in all kinds of cartoons and comic strips. He's one of the greatest characters of the last 100 years. I've got some comics in my tent. You really should see.
But he was only discovered 60 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Well, I rounded up.
But what about his costume? Have you seen anyone wearing it?
I can honestly say I've never seen anyone wearing anything like that. And I'm a very observant person.
Alright.
So what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of a swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, and he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
But he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me. Ignoring anything he didn't like.
So, what, he just left you alone?
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and he'd have it back to himself.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes.
Alright, let's challenge him.
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently and more time, in your tent. Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to
I'm
ask...
touched people have even noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
So, you admit it's true?
You can put your notebook away. There isn't really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Look, if you take a guess and get it right, I promise not to deny it.
Let's work out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time.
I have a silly nickname. Oh, he's depressed. I will say that is actually kind of cute. But I think it's due to depression.
You've been in your tent because it's been raining!
What?
Why not?
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently, and normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to
don't
ask.
think
Untouched
that's
people haven't even
correct.
noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
So, you admit it's true?
You can put your
I
notebook
can't really
away.
skip it, though,
There isn't
unfortunately.
really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Look, if you take a guess and get it right, I promise not to deny it.
Let's work out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time.
I have a silly nickname.
You've been hiding in your tent because the swamp is haunted!
Why not?
No, that's not correct. Alright, I'll cut here until I figure out the correct one. Alright, so I don't know if I can actually complete it yet. Let's present some profiles though.
You're wasting your time with that one. A man who has sacrificed luxuries to protect those who need protecting. Pretty good beard, too.
Okay, interesting.
He seems like a good person. He even sympathizes with my cause.
He agrees with your protest? But he works here, right? And he was friends with Remington.
I think that was the only reason he worked here. Maybe he'll see the light now and leave the swamp behind him. Maybe everyone will. I have nothing to say about them. You're asking the wrong person. You're wasting your time with that one.
And one more profile.
Ah, yes, Agent Folder. A good man.
You know him?
We get on rather well, and we shared a number of views on the way things were run around here.
Okay. Well now, that is interesting. Am I missing something at the crime scene? It keeps pulling me back in, to be honest. But I don't quite understand.
This is the...
Oh, wait a sec.
hunting memorabilia. It would...
No.
There's...
Huh, I don't know. I don't know why it keeps hitting me back there.
What can you tell me about these designs for a boggy costume?
Nothing whatsoever.
You're sure you didn't see anything like this while you were filming yesterday? Wait, hold on a minute. What if
Don't you dare ask.
This costume isn't your doing, is it? Made for your movie, I mean?
My friend, there will be no costumed idiots within the viewfinder of my camera. I can assure you that.
What about your boggy movie? Isn't that gonna be, like, a guy in a costume, or a puppet, or one of those weird robot things?
Technology has been kind to people like me. We no longer have any need for such tomfoolery. I can create a perfectly believable swamp creature within the confines of a computer. Much cheaper, too.
Huh.
Okay then. Sure, whatever you say.
I suppose you've met with our murder victim, Richard Remington.
Yes, I've been in and out of this place for a while now. Naturally, I've crossed paths with Remington a number of times. Good value, that one. A real raconteur, you know.
You liked him? So far, I'm getting the impression he wasn't the most popular guy around here.
Well, that much is clear, isn't it? The man obviously slipped up somewhere, made an enemy or two, and bam, that's that. You just can't be too careful, can you?
Yeah, I think he did have an enemy or two. Or three. But you liked him.
I respected him. Good head on his shoulders. Good business sense, that man. He understood how to make things work for him.
Interesting. I still don't know how to do his challenge.
You want me to sign a photograph for you? I'm a busy man, and this doesn't look like it's worth my time.
I wonder if he has anything insightful on, like, anyone other than maybe these two? Or three?
I simply don't have time to help you with this. The world's premier director. The king of wit and whimsy. You met him? You're a lucky man.
I honestly think you think a little too highly about yourself.
He's been working with me for a number of years. A real expert, of course. You want me to sign a photograph for you? I'm a busy man, and this... Ah, yes. The reason we're all here, of course.
Not me.
Isn't he your prime suspect?
Well, officially, yeah, but I mean...
What an amazing creature! No one has seen him for 60 years, and he still manages to get accused of murder. Incredible!
That's... A lot of these guys aren't that insightful, but occasionally they do have something interesting to say. At least about one or two people.
Now there's a man who could handle himself.
I'm not so sure.
Well, apart from yesterday, that was just a one-off, wasn't it?
For him, I think so, yes.
I got nothing. I still gotta figure out this challenge.
I heard this isn't the first time you've tried to film here.
Where? In the swamp? What are you talking about?
Remington never found out about your previous attempts. Remington has denied you filming permission in the past. You tried to film here before, but your camera broke.
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past.
Oh, that? Nothing but the natural process of being in a profession like mine. Every situation simply requires the right approach before the gears start turning smoothly. You understand, I'm sure.
Why did Remington not want you filming here? And why did he change his mind?
It wasn't even up to him. This area is protected, you know. There are certain rules, certain regulations. I encounter this kind of thing all the time, really.
That doesn't explain why he changed his tune. It's a little suspicious.
Why would you say that?
A famous movie director suddenly gets his way. I wonder how that happened. Time to use my notebook. Just drag an item onto the paper to draw the idea.
I am famous. I am the boss. I'm assuming it's all to do with money.
Right. That's the one. I think you bribed Remington to get the filming rights.
Well, bribe is a strong word.
It was just a little arrangement between friends. Nothing worth getting upset about. I simply promised him a cut of my next movie's profits. It made sense, since he owned the area anyway. Just a favor for a favor.
So you would have owed him money?
Only a small percentage, simply out of courtesy. And not for a long time, either.
That kind of makes you a little more suspicious. But, I mean, you don't have the build. Unless multiple people were working together to kill the owner.
I found these designs for a costume, a boggy costume.
Aha, the legendary swamp creature.
Yeah, that's the one.
But these are just a child's drawings, are they not?
You think?
Perhaps. It's difficult to tell.
You saw Remington last night. But had you met him before? Did you know him?
I've never really spoken with him, but we've come into contact a few times. Vincent likes to handle that kind of work, and I like to let him.
What do you think of this place? The tourist attraction, I mean.
I can't say I like the idea of a natural area like this becoming commercialized.
I know! I just can't understand why anyone would even try.
I think Mr. Remington had his reasons. He looked like a man with a couple of secrets.
Like what?
I have no idea. If I knew, they wouldn't be secrets.
I mean, that's kind of fair.
Try showing it to somebody different. I really don't have an opinion. My apologies. You should ask someone else. The famous director, and my friend.
A prolific cameraman with exceptional skills at carrying heavy equipment.
Try showing it to somebody different. I really don't have an opinion. My apologies. You should ask someone else.
Is that everything? Yep. I'm surprised he's one of the few characters who don't have anything to say about Richard.
Vincent's work, I see. I'm glad he knows how to use the camera at least.
What do you think all those noises are?
Well, judging by the time this was recorded, I'd be able to make a pretty good guess.
That doesn't really help me, unfortunately. So we're missing 1, 2, 3 pieces of evidence. And then we have the museum.
There's a little door in the wall. What can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
We didn't really have one, and now we definitely don't have one. But look, all I can say is that he was a coward who enjoyed watering down history for his own benefit.
What does that mean?
It means there are some chapters of this swamp's history that he never wanted anyone to know about.
Did he like you sniffing around this museum all the time?
I don't think he knew, to be honest. And even if he did, there's nothing he could have done about it. He has no right to this building. He knows that. We both know that.
Why not? It was part of his tourist attraction, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Wait, what?
Next time, only show me something if it's important.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
okay.
yes, I know him. He occasionally asks me about the history and biology of the swamp creature. I explained to him what the real Boggy looks like and how they changed his appearance for the cartoon character.
Why did he ask about that?
Because some people are naturally curious. You should give it a try sometime. This person is of no interest to me whatsoever. If I cared about that person, I would know everything I need to know already.
Yeah, you're dead.
Next time, this person is of no interest to me.
See, Lady Weybridge is one of the most intriguing characters, and she doesn't get enough credit.
If I cared about that person... Are you asking about the cartoon character? Because I have no interest in such childish matters.
No, I think I'm asking about the actual creature. What's the difference, anyway?
Everything!
That didn't help.
The man was a fool! That's all you need to know.
Okay. Oh, we also need to find his lockpick. But I wouldn't really know.
The real swamp creature had claws. 3 on each hand, to be precise. But why does the costume just have these pathetic fins instead?
Oh, wait, didn't he say he lost it on the other side of the swamp? So I'll start here, work my way this way. Oh! Hello.
You again. Ready with some cryptic advice, no doubt?
Don't let them take him.
Who? The murderer? That's my job. I gotta make sure that
No, the creature. Don't take him away. this place is his home.
Oh, Boggy. Hey, don't worry. I didn't really believe he could be, responsible for this mess.
You didn't?
Well, no.
Mainly because I didn't believe he existed at all. I don't believe he could ever hurt anyone. I've always known who the murderer was, and it's not Boggy.
I don't believe he could ever hurt anyone.
So, he won't get in trouble? He won't have to leave?
Well, he's been out here for what, 60 years, hasn't he? And stayed out of trouble for that long. I have a feeling some detective isn't going to change all that in one day.
Well, in that case, he says, thank you.
Can she stop disappearing? It's super fucking creepy.
Note to self, don't fall in. There's a hollow part of the tree right at the front, but it's too dark to see inside.
I wonder if I would need a flashlight for that.
It's a humble gift shop, Wag.
I wonder if they even have one? You think they would have one at the gift shop? You answered all my questions.
I always thought it was weird that his feet are in that little bucket all the time.
It's just part of the character, I guess. I'm surprised they don't sell some sort of boggy foot soaker.
And that would be the one product I'd consider buying.
That's fair. God, bats and like a good soaker, fucking amazing. Actually, there is something I think I would be better off asking.
An important piece of the puzzle. This journal is a key to unlocking the history of this place. Actually, this is a classic example of a cryptid photograph.
What's a cryptid?
A creature unknown to science. Look at the slight blurring in this photo, the murky exposure. It's perfect.
It's perfect because it can't really be used as evidence?
Now you're catching on.
Okay.
I have no interest in something like that. Obviously.
Surprising.
Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character.
We still don't know everything about him. So something's definitely not adding up. Maybe we have to show him some more stuff.
I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. This is the journal, correct? The one that man left here 60 years ago?
You seem a little unsure of the details. Shouldn't you have read up on all this stuff?
Forgive me. It's hard for me to get the image of Boggy as the lovable cartoon character out of my mind. He's just so iconic. Did you know, in 1973, he...
But you're protesting to protect the real swamp creature. The cartoon character is just some commercial byproduct, right?
Yes, of course.
Something is a little off.
What?
You're not a bad detective.
Well, I found the photo in Remington's office. It was ripped up, though. I think he was some kind of...
He was a lot of things. Don't lose that picture. And show it to Mr. Harper before you leave.
Well, that was incredibly creepy, but okay.
And normally I would ask... Well... Notebook time.
don't think... Something has given me the feeling it's not going to...
You've been in your tent!
Alright, so this has gotten even more interesting. Asking him about...
No thanks, my
Buggy.
friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid...
These flower petals seem a little out of place, lying on the ground over there.
Actually, seeing as...
A rather prominent tree stump looming over the wooden pathway. It's hard to ignore. Looks like this... I can't wait.
Yeah, but there's... Oh, okay, things are starting to click. I actually need the pathway.
I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut at the moment. I can't see inside. This side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers. That museum... Is it...
Maybe I have to ask the kid about
So, I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. A good example of how Boggy's feet are never shown in any form. They often use that little red bucket to hide them. This file goes over some basic differences between the genuine creature and the cartoon character.
It's nothing more than a basic overview, really.
I have no interest in something like... Guesswork. Nobody can know what Boggy's feet look like. It's his greatest secret.
Interesting.
You're wasting your precious time,
Yeah, I figured.
So, you found it. I wonder who else knows about it.
Why the fuck is everyone being creepy over that one piece of evidence? What the actual fuck?
I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. I have no interest in some...
Let's see here. Who first? It seems
How many other people should I ask? Pathwords. Oh, right. I might be what they're going to speak with suspects again. I know.
I'm in.
Tell me about...
You can put that away. I can't help you with it. No, thank you. If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be...
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in a museum.
I know what it is.
I thought you might. I'm supposed to look to the past, right?
There we go. Found in Boggy's... was living in the swamp when... Built the museum. Kill the swamp creature. So... The swamp creature was living in the swamp when Plank was... Oh, there we go.
Lady Weybridge was living in the swamp when the swamp creature was discovered by the explorers 60 years ago. Lady Weybridge. She was living here when Boggy was first discovered by the explorer.
Alright, let's get the truth.
I've been looking into the history of this place.
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
You must be confused. You found me today when you barged into my house. Remember?
You created the myth of the swamp creature yourself to scare people away. You were the original founder of the tourist attraction. You were living in the swamp when the explorer visited 60 years ago.
You were already living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years ago.
The explorer? That man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy. You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
You already have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is. I need you to tell me if the journal is fake. I think you wrote something in the journal yourself.
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because you were the only person here when the explorer visited the swamp. I have a suspicion that the swamp creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal? Or what, that I stole it?
You stole it from him before he left the swamp. You took it from the original while it was on display in the museum. I would have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
You took it from the journal while it was on display in the museum. Let's think about this one again.
God damn it.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you...
You were already the one who...
I will skip through everything and...
There's a page... Because
I might as well. It's all repetitive dialogue, right? I think if she stole it...
you stole it from... No.
Oh.
Oh,
I should have just went
Yeah.
with my intuition.
You-
Why didn't I? Because it sounded weird.
You were...
I will say, I wish the options stayed in the same locations.
There's a...
Or what?
Here we go.
I really have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs here, with me. You understand?
What if I promise I'll return it after I finish clearing up this mess?
Then... I'll show it to you.
Is this you? He drew you into his journal? It's beautiful.
60 years ago, yes. He left the page with me. We agreed the rest of the world would manage without it.
I think there's something on the back. What's this? Footprints.
The lost page ripped out of their explorer's journal, given to Weybridge by the explorers 60 years ago. Features a drawing of the lady Weybridge at 20 years old. Oh, so she's 80. Also features drawings of Boggy's feet and footprints. He has 2 toes at the front and 1 at the back. The page proves the footprints found outside the office were not made by the real Boggy. Huh. Cool. Feels like I'm done talking with her. I guess. Did Fuller say he lost? Oh yeah, I still need to find this thing. But I do find.
Is that the missing page of the journal?
I think so.
It's an important artifact. It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, you're not wearing the right hat to be saying that.
I don't really care about the other options. So he lost something.
It's a stepping stone path that goes past the museum and into the woods. So glad I'm wearing my best shoes today.
Honestly, there has to be a lockpick somewhere, right? Now, I'm actually kind of curious on where it would be.
The strange footprint. Maybe I should take. What's this? There's a lockpick dropped amongst the weeds down here in the water. I just have to work out which vine to break and tap that button.
Alright, the way I go about it is I start at the end and then work my way forward. And number 3.
That's the one, but I wonder where this lockpick came from.
I know exactly where to go now. I kind of wish I had found that earlier, but I didn't even think of the bubble.
So,
to be honest, I just thought it was whatever.
something you found on the floor? Come back when I'm not so busy, alright?
I need to pick my questions carefully.
I found near Remington's body.
The lockpick I found near Remington's body might belong to Agent Folder. As far as I know, Agent Folder is experienced with lockpicks. I wonder if he's hiding something.
Alright, let's press him. Finally, a break in the case.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Are you setting yourself up for a joke? Something about a lockpick?
Maybe. Who knows? Stop distracting me. I'm trying to interrogate you.
My apologies, go ahead.
So, what are we showing Folder now?
I guess the lockpick?
Where did I find this again? I found a lockpick at the scene of the crime.
Oh, apparently you did. Why does this concern me?
You already admitted to owning a lockpick and using it to open locked doors. You were at the scene of the crime yesterday and might know who dropped it. You said, it's actually the first one.
You already admitted to owning one of these, and how you're ever so happy to come and go as you please with it, am I right? Be honest.
Luckily for me, Detective, I was honest with you. I believe I have already explained that second lockpick before you even found it.
You lost your lockpick in the swamp and had to buy a new one.
That's right. I appreciate you finding it for me. However, I won't ask for it back. Apparently, it has since become some diabolical instrument in the art of murder.
Yeah, it's an important piece of evidence.
Okay.
I think it's time I went to talk to Officer James.
Alright. And there we go. So, thank you for tuning into our frequency. This is Forever Lemon, signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.